Kaboom. Kaboom. Hey, everybody, this is Justin Case of American Newscape, joining our friend and media personality Jerry Maldonado back for another installment of American Mentoring. Hello, Jerry. Welcome back to American Newscape.
Hello there, Grasshopper. You
Grasshopper.
got some information. You need some information. Ye shall answer the information.
I cannot, nor will I, snatch the pebble from your hand. But, Jerry, lo and behold, tornadoes. What's happening with tornadoes?
I love that you brought up the trending hashtags to bring up topics for the show. That's fantastic because when you told me when you asked me a little while ago, what do you think of this? It's the only thing out there that's trending right now. Obviously, perhaps there's some weather going on in the Midwest or something that where it's trending on search engines out there. I was like, well, what a great metaphor to live by. If you think of a tornado as this phenomenon where the perfect amount of energy, climate, moisture have to come together to form this invisible machine until it hits the ground, you can kind of think about your thoughts in the same way. And I learned that a long time ago from Abraham Hicks, hence alias Esther Hicks, a great metaphysician out in your area, actually, out in the Californias, was big in the 70s and 80s and still going today. I think she's like 85 or 90, God bless her. But she brought up the notion of a vortex. And the vortex is just a physical version or the upside down version of a tornado. It's basically a solid mass where the tornado picks up the solid mass. Our thoughts are the same thing. And here's a perfect example. You think of somebody you don't like, you basically create this tornado effect or vortex effect of thought, hence it triggered in your mind of everything that person did to you that wasn't correct. And it's a powerful energy source. I wish people would understand that scientists haven't been able to grasp the fact that we have enough power, each of us, with our neurons, protons, and electrons, to virtually light a small city. And you condense that power with the perfect environment of thought and feeling and passion about what you want. Your opportunities are endless. But there's also a destructive side where the tornado is very destructive. It has a certain path that goes down. You put all your energy, hence those triggering effects in your life, on that situation or on that problem or on that person. All you're going to do is create more destructive thoughts. And there's that karmic sow and reap wheel that we all deal with every day. I know it's long-winded, but it's a great analogy because the power that we have, if we know how to harness it and put it together with the perfect components of passion, drive, and everything we want in life, you create this vortex effect in your reality.
Well, there you go. It's focus. It's the proper focus. Focus
Yes,
that
indeed.
power. Focus that power.
You put that energy. Indeed, you put that energy in a certain motion. A tornado will obliterate whatever it hits, and I've seen it up here firsthand. And when I was in Florida, I saw it firsthand for myself. It obliterates what it touches. Goals and dreams are the same way, not obliterating, but creating. You put all that, you harness that power and that energy into your vision. You can't help but to manifest it because you're living in the vortex, as Esther always said. You put whatever your desires are in his vortex of thought and feeling and passion. It's a great metaphor to live by.
And I remember growing up, the two forms of tornadoes that we dealt with, other than living in the Midwest, and we dealt with the real ones, but we had Mr. Clean, and we had the Tasmanian Devil, and the Tasmanian Devil was a tornado. If you
Yeah.
remember how he
Oh,
came
yeah.
in, he came in with a ferocity and an energy in it. And you're right, Jerry. Not all energy is it doesn't have to be counterproductive. It can be productive.
Productive and destructive. I mean, you can rate your thoughts on the EFT scale. EF1 is a simple philosophy about life to an EF5 where you're going at it balls to the wall and what you want to do. You can categorize what you're creating in life by just with that simple mantra and simple analogy of where your thinking is going, because where your thinking goes, energy flows. And when people realize that and realize that happened before I came on, I was thinking about an event that happened, and all of a sudden, all these different thoughts came in about that event in different scenarios that just made it worse. And it's a great thought form to understand for yourself that what you focus on, you will bring upon.
Well, Jerry, since you focused on that previous event, that was you, did it help you find a alternative path that you may have taken or a course you may have taken to resolve that
Oh,
problem you
yeah.
had before?
Great point. Great point. Yeah, indeed. I had to close a chapter on one part of my life, and nobody likes to close a chapter. We all have these feelings about whatever is going on in our life, and it's hard. Change is not easy, but if you get enough courage to do it, and you can close the book on it, yeah, it's going to hurt temporarily, but if you keep feeding that vortex of thought about the hurt, it just creates more hurt. The first thing I did was jacking some buds in my ear and started doing what I had to do and getting my mind off it. It sounds so simple, but transformation is practice. It's practice of what you want to become through repetition and consistency. You know, the caterpillar, the butterfly. You're slowly evolving into that whoever you want to be in life. So when situations arise like that, people will jump to the radio and jack on some music or this or start reading. You get out of the cyclone, man. You step away from as much as you can of that thought. And there's different variables. I know, I get it, loss and grieving and certain. Yeah, you can't help that. Time doesn't heal old wounds. Only you can. In your own way, however way you do it. I do it through music. I do it through putting my mind on audiobooks and whatever it does to get me out of that state of mind. Because the more you stay in that state of mind, you can't encroach anything else that you want to go after because you're stuck in these borders of thought. And if you keep doing that enough, you're going to create an EF5 in your life in the most destructive way. And people don't realize, you know, people create their own storms. We really do. And then we get pissed off when it rains because we don't realize that we were only focusing on the storm instead of the sunshine.
Well, and we were doing our own metaphor of a rain dance that created the storm in the first place.
Yeah, no, bingo.
And,
Bingo. Yeah, indeed.
and you know, you talk about your coping skills. Well, let's just call them coping skills, but yours are healthy.
Yeah.
Yours are very healthy. You know, whether it's music or reading or audiobooks or whatever you're doing as a coping skill, a lot of people could use that. You know, a lot of people they cope with narcotics, with alcohol, things that are
Yes.
just amplifying the problem dramatically.
Yeah. It's that reality. They don't want to deal with the reality. But the point being is this is never going to go away until you face it. You know, face your fears or your fears will face you, whatever it might be in life. It sounds so simple, but what scared me and it was a great epiphany of thought when I realized how powerful I was and how my thoughts create things. And if I keep focusing on one thing or one scenario or one event, I'm going to keep recreating that. And if people can get that through their little noggin and left and right ear and realize that we're nothing but creation machines creating experiences to match our thoughts. And it's a great way to live because you can choose your thoughts. Indeed, we're going to have bumps in the road. We're going to have these things that happen in our life. But remember, we all have the power. We don't need a pill to tell us how to think, man. We got to realize and take charge of our thoughts because we're in control of them. And most importantly, responsible for them. And if you keep doing that on a constant level, you're going to create or destroy whatever you're focusing on.
Well, and you know, you talked about turning the page, and you know, we never want to turn the page, but sometimes we do. You know, some bridges need to be burnt. You know, if that bridge is toxic and we want to move forward in life, we want to keep moving forward, we don't need to circle back and cross that bridge again.
Oh, absolutely. Change hurts, but not change will hurt more. You know, and when people can grasp that, I'm talking about everything in general, whether changing your habits, your thoughts, your food, your this, your that, your location, whatever creates the environment that's conducive to where you're going, you can only manifest from that environment. So as you said, like if your environment is toxic, however it may be, you can read and affirm all day long how good you are, but you're still going to be triggered to create the vortex of thought by the environment that you're in.
That's true. That's true. And what you surround yourself by.
Indeed. Indeed. It's a powerful segment for people to realize because, to create this EF1, the simple, you get a little punch in the stomach once in a while. But you keep getting punched in the stomach, you're going to go from a 2 to a 3 to a 4 to a 5. And now you can't get out of the tornado of thought of the hurt that you've encumbered in your life. You don't want to get to an EF5. You want to work on yourself as much as possible, believe in yourself, and understand how powerful you are to create something new in your life. And the opportunities are endless, but don't let the EF1 go to an EF5. It's such a rarity in this phenomenon of weather for all the perfect components to come together to create the most powerful storm like that. But our thoughts create that every single day. If I can harness this, man, I put in the pill every single day. But scientists haven't figured it out yet. But the power of thought creates everything. And when you realize you have that power, you can start directing that power.
Wow. You think about we're building. We're all trying to build a better foundation. And now I know what the three little pigs were doing. They were preparing for that storm or what was going to come. And where did they go? They went to that house of brick. The house of brick was built on a good foundation, and they were ready for what was going to come.
It's funny you mentioned that. I mean, that's not funny. It's just who you and I are. Yeah. we kind of flow right through.
Odd. But let's just call it odd.
In philosophy, and 2,000-year-old scripture, they talk about digging your ditches. And what is the three little pigs, man? A foundation that they built on. Digging your ditches in philosophy and scripture is digging a new hole to put a seed in, to sow a seed to reap a better life, and to protect yourself from the outside world as best as you can by understanding how truly powerful your thoughts can be, and to direct that with the however way you want in life. You have free will to choose. However way we came here, stork, whatever it might be, we came here with free will to choose in whatever we act, do, be, think, and these things in life that we create. We can't blame anybody. We got to take responsibility for our thoughts.
Yeah, it's not a blame game. Nothing's a blame game. Absolutely nothing.
I see a lot of it out there, though, and you do too. And I'm a victim. You're not a victim, meatball. You just think too much about what's going on in your life. And I am very sympathetic. I get it. I mean, I was there. I was a bottom feeder, man, for many moons. I get it. I was there. I've been there, done that, abused everything, lost everything, got everything. The point being is you got to step up to the plate of your life. And it's not a hard thing to do. It's a hard choice to make.
Well, and a necessary choice. There's times when it's actually...
Yes, necessary indeed.
Your preservation, the preservation of the love that you're trying to surround yourself with, it requires it.
This is what makes life fun, because we have choice, man. Exactly. We have choice to choose whatever we want to have, be, and do. Well, a few of us realize the power that we have to be and do.
Yeah, and don't begrudge a challenge. Just embrace it. And I can't say it enough. It is a journey. It's all about the journey. You're going to take you're going to take the positive trip, or are you going to keep wallowing in the mud? And I certainly don't say that to offend the pigs that are out there wallowing in the mud, but
no, because we've all been there. We've all wallowed, man. We've all got our hands dirty. But some people, I get it, like to stay in the mud a little bit longer. It took me a decade to figure it out. I mean, it's okay. I got to figure it out, man. It's okay. People are so hard on themselves about stuff like this. When just focus on yourself. The better you can only attract more better to you. And with better thoughts and positive thoughts, we'll create a positive life. Better thoughts, a better life. A better direction, a new direction, a better direction in life. It's really all about choice. Well, whatever kind of vortex you live in every single day of thought is going to manifest. So you have this choice in life to create whatever matter you want to create by your thought of it.
There you go, Jerry. Jerry, leave us with a couple final thoughts here. And, I appreciate what you brought to the table tonight. So leave us with a couple thoughts.
Well, thank you, Grasshopper. You're awesome, man. Ask and ye shall receive, man. I'm looking forward to the next trending topic next week. It's going to be hard because it might be like a highway overpass. How am I going to put that into a metaphor, man? I don't know. It's going to be hard, but we'll figure it out. We'll do something great. But just for those out there, and myself included, which is it's a daily practice of how you want to be and what you want to attract to thyself. And when you realize how powerful you are, and I'll say it 1,000 times, you'll start to understand where your thoughts go is where your life goes.
Well, Jerry, you could have been a folk singer. Actually, you've got that magic about you. So, hey everybody, this has been Just in Case and Jerry Maldonado bringing you American
Woo-hoo.
Mentoring. Thanks for joining us. Remember, additional information and links provided in this video is read more. We want to thank everybody for stopping by and putting up with us, and remind them that today's the day to subscribe to this channel and take some time and learn more about Jerry Maldonado.